To date, no succeeding science fiction film has demonstrated social relevance as well as Gojira. Nope, not even Blade Runner. All of this is all of this quite reasonably earns the film this description by Steve Rifle. Gojira emerges as one of the great anti-nuclear films. This is not an angry film, and not as some have suggested, a simplistic indictment of the United States for the events of August 1945. It is a powerful condemnation of the atomic age and a plea for nuclear powers to end the march towards oblivion. Of course, how effective can a commentary be without something to properly set the tone? One of the least known facts about the Godzilla films is that they are heavily reliant upon music. Every monster, every fight, every human group, every military march, every film has its own original score, many of which are composed by Maestro Akira Ifukube. Gojira represents the benchmark for the rest of the franchise, presenting the famous score, Godzilla's March, although it is played slower and more seriously here. The scores serve their purpose by setting a somber tone for the attacks on the city, as well as a tragic tone for the sacrifice of Dr. Serizawa. In fact, it has been speculated that without the original scores, the film would lose a significant portion of its strength. This is reasonable considering the limitations of the special effects and the lower quality of the picture. Possibly the only non-kaiju monster films that would have a similar reliance on original scores are Jaws, Jurassic Park, and King Kong. Granted, all films should make effective use of their original scores, but in a distinct manner. In the drama and horror genres, there is a repetitive use of light and low tones, respectively, but Gojira contains a mix of gloomy, tragic, energetic, and even patriotic tones in its various scores, making it surprisingly versatile. One scene in Gojira that embodies the entire point and structure of the film effectively is the lengthy final assault on Tokyo. Initially, this scene utilizes the allegorical aspect of the movie to its fullest, actually portraying Godzilla eliminating the city's defenses and acting in similitude to a, quote, slow-moving nuclear explosion. Second, the post-war commentary can be seen in the fact that much of the collateral damage to the city is seen from the point of view of the people. Godzilla's ray is actually shown hitting fleeing citizens in a small street corner, a concept rarely seen in typical monster films. The final attack also utilizes the greatest number of special effects, including military vehicles, electric currents, the heat ray, and a vast burning city. Finally, this scene makes excellent use of Maestro Akira Ifukube's original score, Godzilla's March, conveying the mood of the attack as well as setting the pace. For example, the score is slowed when Godzilla advances upon the city and rushed when he faces the military. It is appropriate that all of these positive elements of the film culminate in this scene because it is the final stage of the rising action. All in all, Gojira stands as one of the underrated landmark achievements of cinema, requiring a considerable 5 decades to establish its true ideas in the eyes of any fraction of the public. This is comparable to the history of The Wizard of Oz, another allegorical classic film. Despite the continuing lack of consideration from the general public, it has nonetheless been recognized that the film boasts an actual plot, epitomizing special effects, social relevance, and masterfully composed music, all combining for a complex movie experience that it takes effort to dissect. Ultimately, as has been written on the back of its DVD cover, Gojira is a bold anti-nuclear allegory, a critically acclaimed classic, and one of the greatest monster movies of all time.